Welcome back. Soon there could be a new king of media, and his name, Rupert Murdoch.
Meanwhile, where do Texas sports teams rank as the world's most valuable? We think they're priceless, of course. Jane King is live at the NASDAQ with those stories and much more. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, Michael, Leslie. Good morning to you. Well, the U.S. media industry got a whole lot more interesting yesterday. 21st Century Fox made an $80 billion offer to buy Time Warner. Now, this is not the cable company, but Time Warner, the company that owns CNN, TNT, and HBO, they actually split off a few years ago. Of course, that is the channel also responsible for Game of Thrones, HBO. Well, Time Warner said no thanks, but now the company is in play, and a deal could change the media business forever. This story is not done yet, that's for sure. Well, Texas is #1 for job seekers. A report by the job search website Indeed.com says the Lone Star State has the highest total number of searchers from outside of the state. Now, the research shows that people from California, Florida, New York, Louisiana, all looking for jobs in Texas, with California and New York searching the most. Okay, pregnant women now have more protections against on-the-job discrimination. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission updated the 30-year-old guidelines to make clear that any form of workplace discrimination or harassment against pregnant workers is illegal. And it is not just women who will benefit from this. The new guidelines say when it comes to parental leave, men and women must be treated the same. And the list of the most valuable sports franchises on earth is out. And Texas has one in the top 5. The Dallas Cowboys are #4, worth $2.3 billion. The most valuable sports team in the world is the Real Madrid soccer team. #2 is also a soccer team, Manchester United. Now, the New York Yankees were #4, the Houston Texans #12 on that list. Well, this bull is not tired yet. New record close for the Dow yesterday, 17,138. Time Warner shares soared on that possible takeover. Worry about a bubble in tech faded as the NASDAQ jumped 9 points. Live from the NASDAQ market site in Times Square, I'm Jane King with your morning business report. Michael and Leslie, back to you.
And Jane, we understand that the GM CEO, Mary Barra, is going back on Capitol Hill today to answer more questions about the big recalls today. What should we be listening for from her?
She will. Well, a few things happened since the last time that she testified. First, there was that New York Times article this week that found that documents showing GM misled investigators on the faulty ignition switches, or they chose not to respond at all. Now, she was not CEO at that time, but no doubt she'll be asked about that. What's GM doing about that? There's also a Texas attorney, Robert Hilliard, who says he has documented deaths and serious injuries into the hundreds, and the company has said it will pay those impacted by the recalls. So all of that will be included in the testimony and the question and answer period, which gets underway in a few hours.
All right. Thank you, Jane, for that report.
Okay.
And for your money right now, it looks like the cost to insure your teen driver may be down, but that doesn't mean it's cheap. According to a survey by insurancequotes.com, car insurance will cost 79% more after a typical married couple adds a teen driver to their policy. And that's not all. Rates for teenage boys are 25% higher than for teenage girls, and premiums are highest for 16-year-olds. The only good news, the cost to insure a teenage driver fell over the past year.
Meanwhile, the cost of candy is on the rise. Hershey says that they are increasing the price of their Kisses, their Reese's, their Hershey bars, and other candies by 8% worldwide. The nation's leading candy maker blames the rising cost of ingredients, including cocoa and dairy, as well as an increased utility and transportation cost for that price hike.
And just in this morning, it looks like the housing market may be picking up this year. New details just in overnight from the online real estate data service reports that foreclosure activity in the first 6 months of the year was down 23% from the same time last year. There were just under 614,000 homes with foreclosure filings. That's compared to nearly 748,000 at this time last year. If you'd like to see a complete list of how each state shaped up with foreclosure rates, we have a link on our website. Go to news4sa.com.